Good morning to you all. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Maya, and today is going to be a very short video about mainly my finished works and project, that's crochet and knitting, and a bit of spinning today, if you can call it finished. And it'll be a very short one in between because I'm rather behind on things. I'm podcasting today from the UK and it's not so hot today, thank goodness for that. We have a healthy 18-19 degrees Celsius. It's overcast and there's a little bit of a fresh wind, so I'm rather happy. But I'm suspecting that by afternoon, 4-5 o'clock, it will be humid and the sun will come out and then it'll be getting really, really hot. I'm podcasting today from my front room, which is partially my craft room, and I know there's nothing much behind me. That's because there used to be a dresser in that corner which is now moved, and I've not replaced it with anything but crafting stuff down on the floor that you cannot see. Thank goodness for that, because it's quite messy. So let's get going. Finished objects. I have not that many today. However, I'll start off with spinning. So I've been carding some merino wool. That's Australian merino wool. I think I showed you that last time. If not, I'll just quickly reach behind me. Sorry. Oh, Benny. Move, darling. Good boy. So this is the stuff that I've washed, the fleece, and I've carded it into a bat. There's still grass and bits in it, not all of it. I do a little bit and a little bit. This is actually still in the grease. Then I have spun some into, oops, oh, everything is falling. I'm sorry. Spun it into singles, which are not always that uniform. However, that's about the weight it is now. Wait, if I go like this. And then, so I've got 2 1/4 bobbin on the spinning wheel of that, and I have plied 3 of these. So I've 3-plied it, and it's now this weight, and it still needs washing and stretching. So I'm going to do that, and after that I'm hoping I'm going to get, I don't know, out of all of it, I'm hoping it's going to be a jumper, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So that's my spinning. I've also done some lamb's wool, which I have only a little of. I've done that into rolags. This is also British lamb's wool, just from the hills across me. A farmer gave that to me. I spun that one up to rather thick art yarn like that, some of it anyway, but I did that with the Navajo spindle that's on the wall behind me there. So that's the spinning I've done. Not very much, but enough. I think the Tour de Fleece, as it's called, is starting 1st of July, so I'm hoping to be doing more then, but I have quite a few other projects that I want to get finished, and I'm still in the process of knitting up and writing up the second design of the Clan Lamont socks. And talking of those, that's still a whip. And now I'm going to have to move you a little bit. I hope you don't get too dizzy. I'm just recording this quickly on the computer today because it's easiest for me. I don't think my camera's charged up properly, so I haven't even given that a go. Oh, this was maybe a mistake. What have I done here? Oh. So Clan Lamont socks. This is the back side. I'm just increasing for the heel here at the moment. I'm doing 2 at a time, toe up. That's my favorite method, using Chowgu 2mm. And this is a yarn I don't normally use. What I did here is I got some Corriedale, British Corriedale, and I'm using that, which is actually a DK weight. I think you can call it a DK. Hang on, let me just... what I've done here is I've made a right mess. I've bungled everything up. See if I can get this apart. So that's the weight. I think you can call it a DK. I would call it at least a light DK. And I'll just give you a quick view from the front because I don't want to give too much away, because this will be one of my patterns. This will be a 2-part pattern, as I said. I've got the Clan Lamont socks in the weathered look. Got those, I'll call them like little anklets or lady socks, and these will be the traditional ones, so they're going to have a traditional heel. The lady socks have a fleagle heel, and these ones will have a traditional heel flap but done toe up. And there'll be increases, so there'll be knee high over the knee so that you can fold them, so they'll have increases in the back as well. So I'll just give you a quick peek, not to give too much away. So those are my Clan Lamont socks. Whilst you're wondering what I'm doing, is I'm trying to unravel the yarn from my other whips. So this is still a whip, and I've written up the ladies socks or the day-to-day socks, and haven't written these up yet because I'm still thinking about how I'm going to write up the increases. So that's that whip. Let's put that aside. Then I have finished objects. I have 4 finished objects. And this is what I call the Viola shawl. And it's more a wrap rather than a shawl. It'll go around like that, and it goes down actually to the end of my bottom, really. So it's a rather large wrap. I did put a picture up on Instagram, and it's on my Ravelry page as well if you want to have a closer look at it. And this will be going up for sale once I get my act together, making all the pictures and the descriptions. So that's the Viola shawl, that's finished. Second finished object is a triangular crochet hat. This is done in chenille and chenille silk combination. Or did I show you? It has an unusual form, as in shape. Second one is this one done in, whoops, this head is heavy. comes with the brooch, or will come with the brooch as more traditional. Don't know what kind of shape you call that. I can't remember what it's called, with F something. That's made in a Aran tweed, and the third and most say unusual is the word. One is this is pure cotton, and it has from the back this pattern. I wanted to give it a bit of a unusual look, so that's the third one. So those are my finished objects. Then my longest whip ever, as in longest not finished object, is still my Fair Isle vest. Hang on, this way around. Is that the front or is that the back? Let me look. That's the back. This is the front. So this is my own design. All of it. I designed it from the patterns right through to the color combinations, and I made myself a whole load of work because it has multiple colors. I didn't even count up. I think about 12 different colors. Even the green shades are different. So this is now 3/4. This goes up to about here now, and I've got this bit to do, and then the steeking. And why have I stopped? It's because I noticed in the next pattern coming up here, I got that a bit off center, and I was thinking about, am I going to rip it all up, or am I going to leave it off center? And I think because it is my first one of this nature, I'm not going to rip it up. I'm just going to leave it off center, but I've got to get all my pattern work together and get my head down thinking, how did I do this? As in, I need to roll back in my mind how the patterning actually was working. Then I've got to steek, attach. I don't know, am I going to make a jumper out of it or not, but I don't think so. I think I'll leave it as a vest as originally planned, as in vest, body warmer, whatever you want to call it. So that's my longest ever. I think that's been lying like this in the basket for about 2 years, and I have to get going on this. And because of all the concentration needed just to get going again, that is why it's been lying like that for quite a long while, which is a pity, because I really do want to get it finished and wearing it, because the more I look at it and the more I feel it, the more I'm thinking, oh yeah, that would be really nice now to get together. My next whip is tangled up. Here we go, getting it tangled up. And this is the Sprite's Fen shawl, top down, and I've got 2 short needles, and unfortunately, because the longer ones are in my Fair Isle, but this is about 10% now done, 10%, and I've chosen this because I don't know, you can't even see the sparkle, but it's got some lurex in it and it does sparkle nicely. I can't catch any of the sparkles, only does that obviously in the sunshine. But it reminded me of water glistening, so that is why I chose that. And once finished, this will also be going on sale, because I actually love knitting, but I can't wear it all, so this will be one that will be going on for sale. So that's my Sprite's Fen shawl. Then, pardon me, then I showed you last, oh no, the shawl I showed you, the viola shawl, I've already showed you, that was a whip last time. And this is my Draylon Diamonds. It's going to be a jumper made in pieces. This is the back, and I've only got this much ready or done because I had to rip it up 3 times before I got the stitch count right, and not so much the pattern, but somehow I messed up on the stitch count. And another thing I noticed, this is going to be like a peplum, so I've made major decreases on either side. I don't know if I can show you this properly. So it's quite a bit. So it's about 2 diamonds decreases basically, for the peplum down at the bottom. These I added in case I want to put a tie through. They were not in the pattern, but this, when I first started knitting with this antibacterial Draylon, it didn't have much drape, so I thought it was rather stiff, so I added more stitches. Now it's gone all soft on me, so I'm hoping it'll come together in the end properly with some drape, but not too much. So I've added also the rib section here to hope to get a bit more shaping. So that's as far as I got with that. Took quite some working out how I'm going to do this, because it's always easier in the picture, not so easy when you then start knitting it up. That's my other whip, and the wool is falling down to the ground. Thank goodness I cleaned. So that's that whip, and my last whip is the virus poncho. Sorry, that was the crochet hook. So the virus poncho, and I think I'm nearly there. I think I'm not going to do more than maybe finish this repeat and then another repeat, because when I'm standing it's already going rather low, but when I tested it yesterday, the sides went on, are covering now up to here. I just want it a little bit longer, so that will be the virus poncho. Not sure whether I'm going to do a little bit of a neck or not, or I might do another one with the neck. So that's my virus poncho. That's nearly finished. Sorry for the noise, and sorry for all the wibbling about there. So that is all I have to show today. What other updates are there? Let me think. What other updates? The Aleppo soap I made 2 weeks ago. That is, I did a hot cold process, so I did both hot and cold process soap. That is now 2 weeks in, and it's nearly cured, so I'm thinking in the next 2 weeks it will be cured. So then I'll be showing you that. It was all green in the beginning, it's now nearly white, so we're nearly there. Nearly all cured. What other things have I got for you today? Let me think. I don't think there's not much. I've only been doing knitting in the evening. I've been rather busy, although weekends is normally where I do most, because I don't do that much work on the weekend. I try to get all the household stuff and work stuff out the way by Saturday or Friday evening, 5 o'clock. Boom! Get dinner done. and sorted, and then I sit down to do these things. So I think that is it. But as you see, they are all rather large projects that I'm working on at the moment, so they all take a bit of time. I haven't got a small project. I have a couple planned, but I want to get through a few more first before let's say, I don't want to say monogamous knitting, because that's not what it's going to be, but I want to get the smaller ones finished. So my focus now is getting the virus poncho finished, getting my socks and my patterns up, and then I have 2 hats in mind, and I have a cow pattern in mind, which I will be doing next. Oh, and I still haven't even cast on my flax light jumper. I was going to do that, but I'm thinking this will now have to wait maybe another couple of weeks. As I say, I want to get through some of this first before I start that as well, even though it is an easy knit, but then I rather get through some of the other stuff first. That'll be easy, as in don't have to switch too many brain cells on, whereas at the moment all of these have a lot of pattern remembering, counting and measuring involved. So I've been talking a lot, haven't I? I've been talking rather fast today. I'm sorry for that. I will slow it down for next time. And that will be it for today. There's nothing much more to say. The dogs are all having a snooze, every single one of them. Ben is here lying with me. My Westie Poo's lying here on the floor with his favourite toy. Mr. Baxter is lying on the chair, the one that's not covered yet, that I've only put a blanket over. They all love that chair. And Shea, the Wheaton, is lying in the living room on the sofa with all her 4 legs up in the air. If you want to see some pictures of them, or if you want to see something else, put a comment down below. I'm always open for suggestions. If you liked what I showed you today, give me a thumbs up. If you like to see some more, I will also seeing some more. That's just brought a thought to my mind. I was going to maybe start some of my previous cooking videos again. If you want to see some of those, please comment down below. But they'll be rather informal, as in whatever I think up that day that I'm going to make for myself, I'll just put the camera next to it and let you look in what I sort of eat and make up as I go along. If you want to see that, comment below. Any other suggestions? I can't show you the garden at the moment, that's really too wild. I was going to video out in the garden, and I thought, no, this needs some serious weeding first, because I've literally only made a pathway down to the shed and mowed the little bit of lawn that we have. All the rockery, all the rest, it's got so many weeds at the moment. It doesn't look very nice, and most of the flowers have gone now. The only nice flowers that you can see are the lilies in the pond, so not too pleasing. So that is why I haven't made a video out in the garden. But suggestions, please down below. Subscribe if you like my rather ad hoc style, just talking to you like you've just come round. Then please subscribe. I'm always happy to have new subscribers, and I hope to see you very soon. I don't want to be leaving you for too long. Bye, see you very soon.